and protection, it'll go from intense to relentless.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Now a first down carry by Jones. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Here's Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. Touchdown! Dawson Knox, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now back to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody covered. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard. An inside give to Jones. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. And the Bills had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Allen now on the option right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. These two teams all tied after 1. 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And they're going to go with the jet sweep. This is Diggs with it. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Throwing on 2nd down. Allen, he's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Allen going to go on 4th down. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bills. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Bills' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Tucker. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On second down, a run with Gibson.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 34-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 16. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw.
Got this complete to the tight end, Pitts.
Touchdown, Falcons.
Kyle Pitts,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Allen. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing on first down is Allen. And this one is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Allen. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Carl Lawson, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely, and that sack finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Allen. He completes it to the tight end, Knox. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 38-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park with the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run the option left. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Allen going to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
first down. Tucker. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. They'll set up a throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
And the 2nd wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 31-yard line. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is, because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Allen now looks to throw. Finding Knox there, complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up and make those throws, and he did that.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They go back to the ground with Jones. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 41 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Jones going to be stopped before he can get moving forward, as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills will add to their 4th quarter lead. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Here's 2nd and 8. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again. What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Godwin. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. There he goes, right side. 20. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still have the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. The tackle there by the safety, Xavier McKinney.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll set up to throw.
Here's a quick pass. He's got Chris Godwin.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Back to throw.
Got his man. It's London.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
He sets to fire deep, and it's intercepted.
Jair Elam makes a pick. And the Falcons are going to take over here up near the 40.
Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Allen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 67 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating, even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down, and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground, but both really started to come in sync.
So for Buffalo, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.